Tonight, more on what the Gaddafi regime is up to right now in Tripoli. As we mentioned earlier in the program, it allowed an interview today with Nick Robertson and Iman Al-Obeidi, the woman whose allegations of gang rape against Gaddafi's fighters got her hauled off and her life repeatedly threatened. That's a photo from the interview today. We'll talk with Nick about it in a moment. Iman Al-Obeidi has been repeatedly smeared on Libyan state television, called a traitor, a prostitute. And just yesterday, when we spoke with her and her mother, she told us about this.
اليوم جيت المحكمة واحد الموظفين اللي في المحكمة سحب علي المسدس وقاعد يبي يقتلني. قاعد الناس يشدوا فيه اليوم كلهم في المحكمة يقول لهم تبي تقتلها الباشداية اللي تبلغ علي كتايب متاعنا.
من اللي بيقتلك من؟
موظف في المحكمة. موظف في المحكمة. موظف في المحكمة.
يروحوا من فوق نبدا نجيبوك يا ايمان.
يومي خيركم ما تديروليش حاجه ترفعوني هذه صبرك انا مانيش قادره انا مانيش قادره نقعد كلهم
فكري بالسكر فكري مع امان في السجانين يديروا لك حل ويجيبوك ما عادش تطلعي ما عادش يقتلوك.
شوف مستحيل ماني خايفه انا مانيش حتى في الليل ما نرقدش. لما نرقد في الليل ننوض نصرخ الناس كلها تنوض في الحوش اللي راقده عندهم كلهم ينوضوا مخلوعين نقعد نحلم بيهم انهم جايين يقتلوا فيا.
لا ما تخافيش ما تخافيش ما تخافيش.
Iman Al-Obeidi talking to her mother yesterday. Nick Robertson joins us once again, along with Reza Sayah in opposition-controlled Tobruk, where Iman's family lives. So, Nick, you were able to talk with her today. What happened? How was she?
She seems much better than she was. She showed me the remains of the scars and the bruising on her wrist, which is still there almost 2 weeks after she was tied up and repeatedly gang raped. She said that physically she's beginning to recover, but her experiences here in Tripoli, she's harassed still whenever she goes out of her house. This is a very, very strong lady who I saw stand up to government officials, stand up to say what she wanted to say. This is a lady who clearly has a lot of fire inside her, a lady who really wants to get her story, the true, accurate story of what happened to her out. And she said she wanted to thank all the people who supported her over this time, including CNN, but everyone, she said, the thousands of people outside of the country who supported her. But she seemed more composed than we've seen her and heard her in recent days. This, again, I have to say, she came across as a very strong and courageous lady, Anderson.
Nick, we've been getting so many tweets and emails from people asking, is there any way for her to get out of Tripoli? So I just passed that question to you.
It's a very good question. I mean, there seemed to be that this might be the logical thing for the government to do, and the impression that we get is that there is still some people here who would like to see that happen, but it may take more time than some people would wish. Again, as I think I said to you a little earlier, this is a very looking-glass world here, and one gets contradictory information almost by the hour. I certainly believe that there are some influential people here who will be pushing for her to be allowed to leave. But I think there's a lot of people in this country who see what's happened to her as an internal issue and will want her to stay. But I do understand that there are influential people here who will try to get her out of the country. But we don't know for sure that they will win out on this by any stretch of the imagination, Anderson.
Reza, you were with Iman's family today in eastern Libya. I just want to watch some of the interview that you did with Iman's mom.
You finally spoke to your daughter, Iman. What was that like?
It was a feeling any mother would have after talking to her daughter after a very long time.
Did it make you feel better or worse?
Of course I felt worse.
Why did it make you feel worse?
Because she was crying. I couldn't understand a word because she was crying. She even made me cry.
Are Iman's parents aware of how much attention her story is getting around the world?
I think they know it's getting attention, Anderson, but I don't think they know that it's getting the type of attention that it is getting. But this is a very conservative family, a modest family. They're not wealthy. They're uncomfortable with the attention. But it's very interesting. It's clear that they're aware that without this attention from the international media, international community, they may not have a chance of getting their daughter back home, seeing their daughter return home safely. So I think it's clear that they're using this international attention, much like their daughter Iman did, to get their daughter back home. But they're aware that it's going around the world. They're not very comfortable with it. They're exhausted, but they're aware of it.